we'll get going. All right, so we have some game audio coming through, and you're good to
Yep.
go.
I'm good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright.
I love my pixelated GBA text.
I know, right? Alright. Okay, so this is Spyro Season of Flame. Yes, this is emulator. I don't know why I have a Game Boy player, but it doesn't like working. So yeah. Anyways, countdown from 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so right off the bat we're starting with a glitch known as the intro glitch, or intro skip. And as you can probably tell by the name, it skips the intro. It also does a few other things, like for instance, it re-enables the tutorial, so I have to go into the pause menu and disable that, otherwise Sparks will interrupt me several times throughout the game and waste time. The other thing it does is set my life counter to 0, and we're going to be using that for a game over abuse at the end of the first level coming up. And the game over abuse is gonna do two things. One is it's going to skip the gem counting sequence, as you can see here. It's going to skip one of those, and it's also going to teleport me back to the beginning of the homeworld, which is conveniently right next to a level that we're going to enter next. So in this game, due to story reasons, I won't go into the story of this game or anything, but we don't have our flame breath. So I do a little nice, easy, totally intended jump and glide to the end of the level here to unlock the flame breath a lot earlier than intended. This does save a decent amount of time. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it allows me to go through and burn all these haystacks my first time through the level to get a firefly. Now, for the game over abuse, technically, you're supposed to only get a game over when you reach 0 lives. However, I'm already at 0 lives, so technically, it's kind of like an underflow where I have infinite lives. So so to counteract this, I need to collect a life before I die, so that I can bring myself back up above 0 lives, like this, and then we can just kill ourselves and get a game over. Just like that. And now we can go straight to the next level, Shamrock Isle. Shamrock Isle has a nice little mini game, which can be frustrating for casual players, called Freeze Tag. And in Freeze Tag, there's 2 rounds to it, and each round you have to freeze these little pixies, who can unfreeze each other, and that wasn't supposed to happen. But they can unfreeze each other by touching each other, like the normal game of Freeze Tag. And that can be really annoying. Okay, I'm glad I made that jump. Ah, crap. I kind of messed that up. But yeah, it can be really annoying to do this minigame. However, we have a setup for both rounds that allows us to... and I failed to set up. I'm going to restart this. But yeah, we have a setup for both rounds that if we do everything perfectly or correctly, there we go, like that. We can freeze all the pixies really fast and get a quick firefly from here. And we'll do it for both rounds. And there we go, awesome. Second round is a bit harder to do, so I'm a little surprised I got that first try. Now, there is another level with freeze tag later on in the game, but we don't do that one. That one's just too much of a pain. And I don't want infinite lives. I mean, infinite lives is good for like a marathon setting, but it's actually faster to just kill ourselves and game over, rather than the alternative method, which would be to exit the level and then save and quit, and to teleport back to the beginning of the homeworld. Yeah. Anyways, we're almost done with this level. And right here, I'm going to do a tech skip by, if I can, jumping above the Firefly, and then as I'm dropping down to pick it up, I press start, and this to enter the pause menu, and this allows me to exit level, and also allows me to skip the text that shows up every time you collect a Firefly. It saves about a second, 1 to 1.5 seconds every time you do this. A little bit more for levels that you collect all the Fireflies in, such as Shamrock Isle, because then you get an extra text box from Sparks congratulating you that you collected all of the Fireflies. So it's really nice to get that on as many levels as possible, and it's really not that hard to do. So in this level, we have our second glitch of the game. There's a cave that is blocked by a rock, and normally we're not supposed to be able to break that rock until after we beat the first boss. However, with a damage abuse, we can get behind that bolter and enter the loading zone anyways. So, coming up right here. So, I'm gonna grab the aggro of this mummy, and he's gonna hit me, and then push me into the loading zone. Like that. And this allows me to get a really quick Firefly. Only because of this quick thief. If there wasn't a fast way to get that thief, then it wouldn't be worth doing. Yeah, any percent is actually a rather fast run. The goal of any percent is to just collect 75 Fireflies in order to unlock the final boss portal. And we die. That's unfortunate, but not that big of a deal. But yeah, so the goal of any percent, like I was saying, you need to collect 75 Fireflies to unlock the portal to Rito, and we kill ourselves there again, which is also unfortunate, but that's okay. So, yeah, 75 Fireflies to unlock the portal to Rito. So, out of the 100 Fireflies in the game, we'll be collecting, obviously, the 75 fastest. And the other thing about the ending to this run is it doesn't end on the final hit of Rito, like most other Spyro games do, final hit of the final boss. Or it instead ends when we trigger the credits. That's mainly because due to how 100% is, and we just want to make it consistent with both categories. So any percent you trigger the quote-unquote bad ending, and 100% you trigger the good ending, which unlocks a special minigame at the end. Also, this level is really laggy. It is possible to reduce lag in this game by taking out the music, but that leads to really boring run because, you know, no music. Oh! Alright. That. I was supposed to talk to that guy, but apparently I didn't. And now I have to burn all these down again. And yes, that is the Aku Aku sound from Crash Bandicoot. So, unfortunately I died, which of course means I have to burn all these down again. If I had gotten zapped by Zoe, then I wouldn't have to do this. But because I didn't get the checkpoint, then I'm missing one. What on earth? Oh, wow. That is something that's never happened to me before. So that vine didn't get counted as burned down because I went by it too fast. I've never had that happen before. Okay, so that's a very poor Tiki Tropics, but oh well. So now we're done with all the levels in the first homeworld, so we're gonna go to fight the boss, Crush. Yeah, I'm guessing I did deload it before it finished burning, so who knows. Anyways, first boss fight, Crush. Crush is actually, in my opinion, the hardest boss fight in the game, both for casual and for speedruns. Luckily, we have a really nice setup, or not setup, but strategy that should make it go by really quickly. And if I fail it, I can't really kill myself because I only have 1 life left. Oh crap! And I did wind up failing it. I went too fast. So. Alright. That's okay. It still went fairly well. But the reason why that fight is usually bad is because with each hit, Crush starts moving faster. So with the strategy, you usually get all 3 hits off in quick succession, so he doesn't have time to move. Alright, no problem. I can do that. Alright. Oh, whoops. So in this game, there is in this level, there's a minigame skip coming up. And I will need to collect a few extra lives because I die. I have to die in order to do it. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of an improv route here, since I'm on my last life. But luckily there are a few extra lives in this level. But in order to get the fastest minigame skip, you need to skip getting zapped by Zoe, so no checkpoint. And because, that's mainly because when you die, if you don't get zapped by Zoe, then you get teleported back to the beginning of the minigame. But if you do, then you get teleported back to her. So here's the minigame. Ooh, not good. Alright, I have one more try. I don't think this will make it. Nah, it didn't. Damn it. Oh well. So, with a very tight jump, you can actually reach the end of this minigame. And complete... Okay. So, yeah, that's game over. That's okay. That's okay. It is okay. But anyway, with a really tight jump, you can actually reach the end, or you can actually complete the ending of, complete the minigame while also dying. And this not only allows you to, of course, complete the minigame, but you also teleport back to the beginning of it, so you don't have to travel all the way back. And I did not need to enter that. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, this should get it. Oh, I didn't hover. Man, I was getting this a lot when I was practicing. Dang it. Alright, I'll give it one more try. Yeah. Oh well. I'll try to do it normally this time. And not die. I haven't done this normally in so long. Alright. Oh. Apparently I didn't even activate it. That's a huge mistake. So, yeah, I'm really sorry. Yeah, this is actually one of my heaviest reset points back when I was, like, really grinding this game out. Alright, there we go. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna skip that and do a completely different Firefly, because that one's causing me a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna get a different Firefly later on. I've never had that much trouble on that minigame. Oh well. So, I'm almost at the end of this godforsaken level, and on my way to the next level, I actually plan my route to it very carefully so that I don't pick up any gems. And the reason for this is because the gem counting in this game takes a very long time if you even pick up one gem. But if you avoid picking up any gems in between portals, then you can then the gem counting sequence sped up by quite a bit. And come on. So yeah, you can see just how fast it is since I didn't pick up any gems. Just like that. So there are a few cases where I can avoid picking up any gems without losing too much time. However, for the most part, it's not worth it to avoid picking up any gems, or to avoid picking up gems. because it just wastes too much time. Ooh, come on. Almost got bodied by that guy. Alright, got magic stairs. Or magic stairs number 1. Magic stairs number 2 will be coming up pretty shortly after this. Alright, so 2 more levels, and then we can fight the boss here. And then we'll go fight the boss. We can... no, we still need a few more fireflies to fight. And magic stairs number 2. Now this level has a death warp near the end of it. And for this death warp, again, I need to skip getting the checkpoint of this level, so that I teleport back to the beginning of it instead of back to Zoe. Oh my god, come on. There we go. And yes, I do need to kill enemies in this level in order to get 1 firefly. And since I go through it all anyways, I might as well kill them. Oh, come on. Why is this happening? I swear I'm better at this game than what I'm showing right now. And I'm just gonna grab this life for safety. Alright, so coming up is another quick thief. And I missed it. That's okay, it doesn't waste too much time missing it. And then I could go faster at this part, but again, I want to take it safe to spare supplies. In case I mess up. Yeah, this game, Kim, is really awkward, but if you think this game is awkward, yeah, then you should go replay Season of Ice. And apparently I got the checkpoint, so that wasted a little bit of time. Yeah, Season of Ice is really awkward compared to like any other game, or at least any other Spyro game that I've played. Alright, so 1 more level, Winter Mesa, really annoying level. Or at least for 100%. Any percent, it's not that bad. Also, one thing. So as I was just about to mention, one thing that saves maybe a few seconds throughout the whole run is your movement or your position when you're talking to an NPC that gives you a firefly. So fireflies in this game, they're coded to fly away from Spyro when they're not frozen. And so if you're talking to an NPC that will give you a, or if you're talking to an NPC that gives you a firefly, then you want to position yourself or then I position myself so that the firefly will fly away from me in the direction that I'm going to, anyways, so that I don't have to waste time chasing it like what I did there. Anyways, this is the backup firefly that I'm gonna get. Just hockey in this game. Much better than Rito's Rage hockey. As you can already tell. And there we go. So this firefly is just a little bit slower than the one in Haunted Hills that I skipped. But it's definitely easier to get, or at least more consistent. So I did make that cycle. So the candles on the edge, they can only be burned out with the powered up fire breath for whatever reason. You can't just jump out and flame it with your normal fire breath. So I made a pretty easy time cycle there before I ran out to get that final candle, or at least the candle earlier on. Also, interesting fact, or maybe not so interesting, but Winter Mesa is the only level where the exit portal, or where the exit level portal is not there from the beginning. You actually have to complete a really annoying escort mission in order to get it to appear. Alright, so now we're on to Gulp. And Gulp is pretty easy. Yeah, normally he would be an auto-scroller, because you have to wait for the missiles that he shoots to drop down before you can pick them up and hit him with it. But we can manipulate them while they're chasing us to run into Gulp while they're in the air. This causes them to drop early. So we can get a pretty fast fight here. And there we go. Yeah, isometrics is really awesome. Alright. So, now we're in the final homeworld here. And we've probably got about, yeah, compared to Spyro 2, compared to Spyro 2, Gulp is fast. Anyways, we're about maybe 7-8 minutes away from finishing now. Yeah, this is definitely the better Spyro 2. And it actually is technically a Spyro 2. In the title, it's Spyro 2 Season of Flame. Also, this level, one of the few levels, I died because I failed the hover. This level is one of the few levels that that features the powered up lightning breath. But we're not gonna use it. We just want these fireflies here, and then we're gonna leave. The rest of them are too long and to get. And normally any percent would feature lightning breath during the fight with Rito. but there's a skip that we can, or not a skip, but a glitch that we can do to skip that. Also, Bucci, just FYI, or at least I don't know about the rest of the world, but at least in North America, this game came out before Enter the Dragonfly. Also, alright, so here's another minigame skip. Similar to the one in Haunted Hills, but it's 1,000 times easier. Just like that. Yeah, this game came out like maybe a few months before ETD. Yeah, this minigame skip a lot easier and gives us 2 fireflies instead of just 1. Yeah, I think ETD came out in November, right? Yeah. It's a lot less broken than ETD, I can tell you that. Alright, so we have one more level to go before we go fight Ripto. And this is Gypsy Road. This is the, as I mentioned at the beginning of this run, this is the other level that has fireflies in it, but I mean, I do have strats for them. I do have strats for it, but it's still really annoying, and it's not really as consistent as the fireflies in Shamrock Isle. I don't think I did. Why not play Spyro Orange? Spyro Orange is awesome. Alright, so we need one more firefly. Oh, okay. He's gonna knock me back in there. Alright, so I need to be very careful here. And I'm actually going to pause the game for a little bit. Because this... I'm gonna do it again. Because this makes these bowling ball dudes inflate immediately. Or deflate immediately, so they can't hurt me unless I actually run into them. So, yeah. Alright, so now we're on to Ripto, or on to fight Ripto. And before I do that, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of health. Because the glitch that I'm going to do to make the fight faster is not hard at all. It's rather easy, but it does have a chance of damaging you a lot, and that chance is very high. So, normally, to beat Ripto, he summons 3, like, cards that act as a barrier, and you can't hit him until you break down that barrier. And in order to break down the barrier, you need to go and pick up one of the powered-up breaths, Fire, Ice, or Lightning, burn down the appropriate card, and do that 3 times to hit him once. And then... yeah, that is pretty much Ripto. All you need to do is just charge at him, jump at the shield, and then pause, and you'll clip through the barrier. Anyways, time is coming up here. Time is coming up when we trigger the credits in about 3, 2, 1, time. So other than Haunted Hills, that was a pretty decent run. And there we go. So we triggered the bad ending because we still need to collect fireflies and gems. But yeah. Yeah, sub-estimate. Yeah. I skipped the credits, but I probably could have let them play out. Oh well. Yeah, I got a 33:59 from my timing anyways. So you're not wrong, what?
Good work on that run there.
Thanks.
Whenever you're ready, I will just transition it over. Just let me prep that up.
Yeah, ready whenever.
Alright, yeah, so up next will be Jake doing Tackle the Rhinox, 90%.